Hello everyone, I welcome you all for the lecture series video of Basics of Mechanical Engineering. In the previous videos we have discussed about we just introduced about the blast furnace, and next video we discussed about the construction and working of blast furnace, various reactions that is taking place in the blast furnace. In this video, we are going to discuss about the welding process. So I just want to introduce what is welding process and what is the definition of welding process, then the classification, a broader classification of welding process. So I am Dr. J.Yokesh Kumar, Assistant Professor of Mechanical Engineering in SNS College of Engineering. Let us have a detailed discussion on this. So coming to this, what is welding? Welding means it is the process of joining two similar or dissimilar metals with, with the help of by the application of heat or pressure, or both, or alone, by the application of heat alone or pressure alone. So this is called a welding process. So here a concentrated heat source is applied on the metal. That metal is called a parent metal in the weld area. So the weld area is converted into a molten area. So it is nothing but a molten area which solidifies the metal piece and which is used to join together. Sometimes the filler metal is added in the melted pool to strengthen the weld. So here this diagram explains how the welding process takes place. So here we have an electrode that is connected with the power source, normally an DC or AC power source. This power source is used to strike the molten metal. So this may be a positive or negative. If the electrode is negative, then the workpiece may be a positive, or if the workpiece is positive, workpiece is negative and this electrode is a positive one positive one, then it is used to raise the temperature uh, of a molten metal to its molten state. So when it is heated to a molten state, the molten weld pool is formed at the bottom. To avoid oxidation, sometimes the shielding gases are added in the metal. So initially we have a parent metal, and when you are striking the electrode which produces the arc, then that arc is used to heat the parent metal to its molten state. Then finally the welding can be accomplished. Sometimes filler may be added, sometimes filler may not be added. Finally, which forms a weld joint. This is called a weld bead. And the welding process are broadly classified into two. One is fusion welding process, and another one is solid state welding process. In the fusion welding process, we used to heat the metal into a molten state. So we have a base metal or parent metal and we are heating into a molten state. Then finally filler metal is added. So this diagram explains how the fusion welding process is accomplished. We have a parent metal, and by means of an electrode we are striking the arc. Then the arc is used to heat the metal into a molten state. Then finally two parent metals are joined together, which forms a weld joint. To avoid oxidation, gas seals may be added. And then finally we have a welded joint. And this diagram explains solid state welding process. So it uses heat and pressure or pressure alone to join the metal. The temperature is here do not reach the molten state of the metal. So here we are applying the downward force of the rotating member to the parent metal. So we have a parent metal which is used to join together is there, and we are applying the pressure at the top by means of the rotating member. So due to the friction, the heat is generated, but the heat generated is not much to reach its molten state. So the generated heat is used to join the two welded joint, and this downward force, that this tool is moved transversely from one end of the joint to the another end of the joint. Then finally we have a welded joint that is used by means of a solid state welding process. And these are all for my references of presentation. My first reference, Manufacturing Technology, Foundry, Forming and Welding, authored by P.N. Rao. And my second reference is Textbook of Production Technology, authored by P.C. Sarma. So in this video, we have discussed about we just introduced about the welding process and various classifications of welding process. So thank you for your attention.